And most of the girls that I've been with have been like very like, she was a
Crazy.
master's of economics at Stanford. The other girl I was with was a master's UConn for speech pathology. Like I've been with all these like, accredited women because I thought that, you think to yourself, you're like, when you come from an auspicious background, you're like, that's what I should do, right? That's what I should do. That's how it belongs. I
can
should
relate.
be with people that like, yeah, you can. All right. I appreciate that. That's an important thing. And it all ends up to be shit. I mean, the person I'm with right now is somebody I've known for 30 years, basically. And comes from a similar background, thank God. And, I mean, everybody else can eat shit, as far as I'm concerned.
Right on.
College doesn't mean shit. College doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't.
My college degree is worthless.
I always thought it meant something. I always thought like, like people that like had a master's, like, oh, these are smart people. Like the girl that I married that was from Stanford, she had friends that were like the head of fucking like AI at Princeton, that worked at like IBM Watson Labs, like really fucking like prestigious bullshit, Who's doing the, yeah, that's you guy. All right, bye-bye. But don't you ever think about that? It's like you meet all these fucking smart people, but how smart are they? What do they really know? What do we really know? What do I really know? I don't know shit. I really don't. I don't know shit about anything. I know how to program. I know I have like 4 parts of my body that make sense.
What grade did you drop out of?
I'm just waiting for the guy to go, again, and so I could see the bubble above his head and like kick him out. I'm sorry. That's just super annoying. But yeah, I dropped out in, I got kicked out of high school in the senior year. Why? Why? Because I cut school too much. Because I cut school too much.
I did an extra half year because I had bad insomnia and slept through the first 4 hours of my classes every day.
I actually I did finish my high school credits by going to junior college, and taking like the credits that, I mean, it's a complicated story, but
Is that a Canadian
it's a
thing?
complicated story. What's that?
Junior college, is that a Canadian thing?
No, it's an American thing.
Oh, I'm not particularly familiar with it.
California.
Ah,
They have a thing called junior college. No, but the senior year, I was an honor student. I was in the honor society. I was the head of the high school newspaper. It was kind of a, like educational sort of, I got my shit together. But we had senior cut days.
Beef Castle.
At that point, I don't know if you know what those are, but those are the days where it's like, oh, you're a senior, you can like cut this day, whatever, and just go fuck off.
Well, we just
so
kind of did it anyway.
Yeah, no, that's what I did too. It's not like a formal, thing that you do. It's just like all the seniors decide to not go to school one day, right?
Or a lot of days.
So we did that. But because, Yeah, of course. Like, that's what we did. We, like, would just go and hang out and smoke weed and drink and just get all fucked up and whatever. But back in my freshman year, I cut probably 2 months of school. So, of course, my father was, like, super sensitive. I was raised with a single father. He was super sensitive about, like, me cutting school. Even though I was like, you know, my SATs were pretty good in my senior year, and I was doing pretty well. I was in AP English. I passed the AP class, like all that good stuff. I was the editor of the paper and all that, you know, all that jazz. And so I cut one day in my senior year. My dad comes home, and he sees me on the couch, and he's like, "You're going to military school right now." And I'm like, fuck that shit. And he starts to do his thing. Just hear me out for a second. Hear me out for a second. I don't know if anybody here has been, you know, been a victim. I wish I had vodka at this time when this happened. But I've already had the rest of my vodka, so I'm kind of fucked up. But this is true story. So I don't know if any of you guys have been the subject of physical abuse in your life from your parents. You know,
Like serious or just like
being slapped around, called a faggot. You should be wearing a dress, like kicked and stomped on, and you know. And
Yep.
you know, had a bat thrown at you, like all that shit, you know, which is fucking garbage.
A bat?
At that point.
Oh, okay. I was with you till the bat. I was with you till the bat.
Oh yeah, there was a bat. There was a bat to the back of my leg.
Holy shit.
So, oh yeah, he used to tear my room apart and just do all sorts of fucking weird shit. But so my father, I'm 6'3". My father is like, he likes to call himself 5'11" and a half, but he's probably 5'10". Like small hands, you know, not very big arms, you know, just it's sort of like a, you know, just kind of a weakling bully. And
Trauma night here in
and
the comedy club.
so I don't know my mom. She died when I was really young. So no, let me tell you the story. This is funny. This is like a good revenge story.
This is funny.
So my father and I, like, the day before I took my senior cut day, we, you know, he would want to like arm wrestle all the time. That was his big thing, you know, because he wanted to establish dominance, you know. And usually I'd let him win. But this time I was just like, you know what, fuck it, just do your best and just win. And I have like really long arms, so I have a lot of leverage. I might not be that strong, but I have good leverage. And he had small arms, so he had no leverage, and he had no muscles. And he's got two hands pushing on me. And I just like literally like set him down in like 3 seconds. And he tried again. Bam. Tried again. Bam. Tried again. Shorter. 2 seconds. Bam. So the next day, he finds out about senior cut day. Finds out that I took a day off from school. And he lays into me. He does his usual fucking bullshit. You know, he's like, "The roller will out back. I want you to go grab a switch from it." So yeah, I do that, of course. And I walk into the house and I throw it in the garbage. And I'm like, no, this is a story, man. This is what this room is about. It's about stories. It's not about get off the stage.
Get off the stage!
If you don't like it, just go away.
With my dad, he doesn't care what I do. He just says that as long as I don't get hurt, then he'll be okay.
Yeah, so I do that, and I get back in the house. And I get back in the house. And I throw that switch away. And he's like, where's the switch? Where is it going? This is a story, and it's leading somewhere. And you can either leave, go to a prank call room, or just fucking fuck off. I don't give a shit. Yeah, see you later. Anyways, so anyways, he does this thing, and I get inside, and he starts to fucking try and beat the shit out of me. But because I kicked his ass in arm wrestling, I realized for the first time in my life, the first time, and I don't know if anybody else here has had abuse in their life. You know,
Yep.
Clap if you had. Clap if you had. It's because it's fucking ridiculous. But there is that moment when you realize that they have no power over you. You realize that. And then I get inside, and my dad is trying to slap me around. And he's trying to slap me around. And I literally pile drive him to the floor. And I straddle him, and I just slap the dude. I just keep slapping him and saying, you're never going to do this to me again. You're never going to do this to me again. And I told him, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm hitting the eject button. So I get off of him. And my car's parked across the street. So he runs across the street to get to my car. And it was unlocked, which is my fault. And he pops the hood to try and, I had this old, 79, 77 fucking, Toyota Celica. And he's trying to take out the distributor cap. And I just saunter down there, get in the driver's seat while the hood is open. And it's propped open. And my dad's, fiddling around. And I get in the driver's seat, I start the car, and I go in reverse. And one of my favorite moments in my life, is watching my dad fall on his chin as I just drive in reverse. And I just watch him just fall on his face. That, and when I actually left the apartment and he realized he couldn't kick my ass anymore, he ripped the screen door off his hinges and threw it on the lawn, and I just looked at him and laughed. I'm like, you have no physical power over me, you fucking asshole. That is a... It's the same reason when you make fun of a bully. It's the same reason when you make fun of an abuser, when you realize they can't abuse you anymore, right? Because that's really where it's at.
This is kind of taking a
you
turn.
hit that moment, you hit that threshold where you realize I'm just being an asshole by not actually standing up for myself. And once you do, you feel this, it's almost like this freedom. It's like this freedom that's been imposed upon you. And you're like, I've never felt this way before. And watching my father fall on his chin on the fucking tarmac on our street was literally one of my favorite moments of my life. And I backed up with my hood popped open. I backed up for a block. I sauntered out of my car. I closed the hood. My dad's running at me in my car. They can't run that fast because he's got short legs. And I get in my car, and I drive all the way to Nevada. And I just hang out there until I'm 18. And then after that, you can't do anything. And he tried. Yeah, I was 17. I was almost 18. It was 2 months before my 18th birthday. So I went and just sort of hid out in Nevada for a while. And I came back. Went to my girlfriend's house, and apparently went to my girlfriend's house and said that I was a heroin addict and all this fucking bullshit, which is absolutely untrue.
Who Who sexy
The worst
whistled
thing I
heroin?
ever-